here. We're kind of a 55-bed facility. We are non-for-profit, and we do not take skilled care um, at this time. We are located about 60 miles southwest of Wichita. Um, we are 71% Medicaid patients in our facility. We started the Peak 2.0 program in 2012 with the first initial survey with Lacey. We kind of got off on a rocky start and wasn't quite for sure how to get done, but Lacey was good about teaching us and working with us. We thought we actually were already doing the culture change before we started, but we had been to some meetings and with the Eden Alternative and with the Pioneer Networking program. So when my administrator asked me if I wanted to go to the Peak, it's like, no, we're already doing that. She added that we would have some incentive money, so we decided, okay, we'd go with it. And so we are now at a level 3, and we are very proud of our staff who have finally jumped on board and got going with us. Today we're going to talk about daily routines. Our residents here at Attica get to decide how they spend their day. When someone calls to move in, we go either to the hospital and visit with them and ask them all kinds of questions, or we go to their house. And when we go to their house, we observe how their rooms are set up, how close to the bathrooms they are, to try to get as close to things set up before they come as close to as their rooms are. We also have several different preference sheets that we do. We have a preference sheet that the aides do when the resident comes. They ask them questions. When do they want to get up? When do they want to go to bed? How many days a week do they take a bath? Do they take a bath, a shower, a sit bath? We have the bathing without a bottle questionnaire that we ask. Do they use a wash rag? Do they use just a shower faucet? Do they use a sponge to wash? I mean, we go very much into details with our preference sheets. We also ask them about a comfort food because we want to offer that as soon as they come in to see that they get their meal that makes them comfortable, because we know when they move in they're scared or unhappy, they don't want to be here. So we make sure that we provide that. We also ask if the family wants to eat with them, that they can sit and eat that comfort food as well. They get to ask the aides if they want to go downtown to the bank or the library or somewhere else. They're allowed, the aides are allowed to take them so they can stay as much like home as what they can. So they can hang up curtains, rearrange the furniture. They get to whatever activities they want to do. If they were in a club, we try to make sure that they have all of those changes. And that is upon it. Like, we do that from the first 5 minutes they're here. SSD also has papers that they fill out with preferences, what they like to be called, their family's names. So we try to get as much detail so we can talk about their family, or when they're telling us something when we can't understand, maybe we can put it to pieces of, if it's a family member they're talking about, or if it's something they used to do before they came in, we try to do that. We also have consistent staffing, so the staff really get to know them like a family. They don't move off of that person's hall. Once that person gets there, they are there, and so they get to stay and get to know every day. They get to know something different with them. We ask them if they want coffee in the morning or if they want just straight to go to the breakfast. We try to provide the snacks that they want. They can have a refrigerator in the room, but we have three other refrigerators and snacks available besides in the kitchen. So we try to provide them snacks with them. We had somebody who liked the Little Debbie Swiss cakes, so we made sure we had those just so they're comfortable. We asked them, we do music and memory here as well. So we asked them what music so we can, everybody can have an iPod shuffle so they can listen to their music if they don't have their own radio. We ask them if they eat 3 meals a day. Some people don't. We have one who likes to stay up in the middle of the night, so she eats her meals at 6 p.m. and at midnight. She only wants 2, and so we make sure that we are able to provide that because she's always done that. And so we didn't ask her to change for us. We actually changed for her. We continue to take them to community activities. We've got American Legion that some of our residents participate in. We have quilting clubs that they participate in. So if they continue to do that, we want them to feel provided. We have residents who like to go to the casino, so they did it before they came, so we make sure that we try to do that. When they ask, we allow somebody from the nursing home to take them or set it up for the family to take, so they get to go. We also, the residents wanted to raise money for a bus, so we actually had, they went to bingo, and so they asked if they could do a concession at the bingo hall that they go to raise that money, and they allowed them to do that. So the residents kind of got to do everything that they used to do and a little more because they got their bus and helped to get that. The residents get to continue to go to the state fairs and the county fairs and the zoos and the circuses, and their families are invited as well. We do have that Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday crew, and so every Monday through Thursday, it's the same residents, same staff with the same residents, so that doesn't change. In the same way with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so they don't have to get to know a different face each time. We only have the most is the staff is able or has on their halls is 10 people per hall section. So you know, we try to make it as minimal as possible so they can enjoy those spontaneous activities with them. We have care plans. The care plans are started from day one. The aide that is assigned to the resident asks those questions and puts all the questions from the preference sheet goes onto an interim care plan that the aide actually takes and makes sure to put everything the residents needs on it, and then it goes in the chart and in the rooms. For care plans, my FSD asks care plan questions to the residents. My dietary department does. My MDF coordinator asks questions, and same way with the aides. So that the residents' input is always in there. We send out care plan questionnaires to the families, and so that also allows them to have any input, plus they're all invited. We try to make it informal. We might have the care plan on a Friday night at 5 o'clock, or you know, an 8 o'clock care plan in the middle of the week. We try to do whatever we have to make it happen. It might not be the MDF coordinator who presents the care plan, but somebody that's comfortable in the building, whether it be me or a charge nurse, will get everybody together and present it. So anybody's able to do the care plans as well as change the care plans. My aides can make the changes in both the chart and in the rooms. If family asks that something to be changed, they feel comfortable enough to do that. So we also ask the inputs of family and or residents to, if they wanted to see anything different, you know, to let us know, because we wanted to provide it a safe way as we can. We invite We have an activity, SSD, restorative, dietary, a family member, the elders, and CNAs into our care plans at this time. We are going to try to integrate homemakers as well. We just kind of started that last week. My homemakers are mostly CNAs right now, as well as homemakers. I have two that are not CNAs, so they are kind of universal workers all the way around. But we find that everyone has good ideas, and so we try to stay open-minded and listen to them all to make any changes. We like to hear the residents' input. We have coffee time with the residents, so we listen and ask them if they have any suggestions. We just decorated our front lobby on their preferences, what they wanted to see. So that's about it that I have to talk about. I did have some questions that you guys presented. One of the questions was, what methods do you use to help new care staff understand a resident's schedule or to incorporate a change into the schedule that a care staff member might not be aware of? We have, just in case we would have to use agency or somebody took somebody else's spot, we have made care assignments, and the staff members who normally take care of them typed up how the care was to be given, and just a little pocket form for just their 10 residents. And we also included their preferences, their likes, you know, do they like to be woke up or, you know, how they like to be woke up. If they want that cup of coffee in the morning, or if they want to stay up until 4, all of that is on this one pocket folder, so everybody can know those special touches that they have. I had one of my staff members went on a trip with a bunch of others and left a couple of her residents behind, so somebody else picked it up, and they didn't know at that time, they didn't know her preferences of what she liked, and so she got up and she fell. So we made these changes because if the aide would have been there, she would have known how to take care of them. So we had to come up with that different way. So we do that. And then, like I said, the aides are able to make changes on the care plans, and the care plans are in their rooms. They're easily read. The long one in the chart, you know, it's got the same things on it, but they are not as quick and easy to read as the ones in the care plan or in the room. The next question was, where we are not universal workers, how do you get other departments, homemakers or housekeepers, laundry, to complete their tasks in line with the resident schedule instead of employee schedule? We had a whole lot of difficulty with that because we were not we did not do universal worker at first. So we had some trying times. My kitchen residents haven't been in there for 2 meals, and so they got upset, and so we had to have a big learning circle with the kitchen and the CNAs and let them know that you know, we have to do what the residents do or want, and if they don't want to eat 3 meals a day, they don't have to. Or you guys can provide that extra, you know, we put it in the refrigerators, so we have access to, we can cook it ourselves. And so the learning circle was our key with the kitchen. Our homemakers at first, they're old school homemakers. They've been here for 30 years and absolutely was not going to make any changes, but they realized with the changes, it made their job a lot easier. So now they are really on board. They do help with the activities. They still come in at 6 o'clock. I have one comes in at 6, they stagger. One comes in at 6 and they do like the clinical, we have a clinic on site. And so they clean it, they clean the activity room, they set up pulleys and treadle to for the residents to do some range of motions. So even though they're not licensed CNA, they are able to, set up things, and then the CNAs come in. It's more my independent people. So with trial and error, we did get it to work. We did have to have a ton of learning circles. So that was our key, I think, to make it successful, is knowing when to be able to do the learning circles, and who could do the learning circles. We have staff who now are team leaders, are able to just call a learning circle and not worry about it. So very seldom do I or Holly get called in to do any learning circles. They just do it on their own and work it out with them. The last one is, how do you engage other departmental directors, staff to participate in residents' daily routines? With that, it's not my job. That was my hardest. I'm very much, I don't like to hear that from anybody, so they usually had to come and talk to me if I heard it. But, again, it was, we had lots of meetings. We actually did an educational piece with part of the peak and had Gertie class come down and teach, and everybody got to go to those classes, and that was amazing because then everybody jumped on. If we would have done the educational piece in the beginning, then maybe people would have jumped on a lot sooner, and it would have been a lot less headache. I do know, for not waking them up and stuff, me and Holly had to actually come and stand at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and we had to stay until 8, 9, and 10 o'clock at night to make sure they didn't put everybody to bed. But then we finally got everybody on board. So we are at the level we're at.
Okay, thanks, Teresa. So we had a few questions written in. Are you good to go ahead and answer some of those?
Sure.
Okay, great. So also, could I ask, I don't know what you're speaking into, but is it close? Like, could you move it just a little closer to you? Or is it just your computer?
It's just my computer.
Okay, all right, that's okay. No problem. So we had a few homes ask, could you share a copy of the form that you use for interviewing prior to admission?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can we just email that out?
If you email it to us, then we can get it to the people who've requested it.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
And it would be helpful if you requested it here. We don't have your home name, and some of you we can identify just because we know you, but it would be helpful for you to also email us that so we can just reply and send it to you.
So homes who requested that form, if you'll email us, that would be great. We had another home ask, how do you share information between team members, nursing staff, and agency staff? And where do you keep the information folder?
That is the care forms that the team made up. Each GNA, whether it be day shift, evening shift, night shift, made a copy of a care plan of their 10 residents. And then, so it's kept at the nurse's station, so when they come in or somebody's changed, they can go grab it and have it available.
Okay. Holmes, if you guys have any more questions, go ahead and submit them now. And if not, we can wrap up.
Mm-hmm. If we'll stay on for a while longer and take questions, but if you are through and don't have any more questions, you're welcome to end the call with us. But again, we'll stick around and continue asking questions.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you to all of you for participating today.
Yeah. Okay. Teresa, Teresa, someone else, a few other questions we're getting. One says, could you also share a copy of the care plan template that is found in residence room?
Sure.
Okay. And someone else asked, what are the duties of a universal worker?
They do everything. Activities, restorative. They can do meals. Right now, we only have our Alzheimer's unit because we don't have kitchens set up. But they can cook meals. They can work in the kitchen. They do the laundry. They do the CNA work. They do the homemakers. Anything that they can do at home, they can do it here. Budget, everything.
Okay, we're getting a few more questions, so if you have a second longer. Someone asked, does anyone have any ideas regarding how to get families to attend care plan meetings?
We do the questionnaires because some of the families can't come, but also we do offer them other times so they can. We might actually do the care plan the day it's scheduled, but then redo it when the families can come. We have families that come in the evening, so some of our families love to participate, so we make that accommodation, and some will just send the letters back so they don't actually have to come.
Okay. Do you have any words on how to kind of like phrase to families that it's important that they're there?
We do. We just tell them because we want them to know that their loved ones are cared for, one, and two, their input. They're the ones that know how their loved ones were, and we want them to stay as much like what they were for as long as they are. So we just communicate, and usually my CNAs that are assigned to them are the best communicators because they are more one-on-one with those residents, and so they know the families even closer than somebody like me or the MDS coordinator.
Okay. Someone asked, do you have an activity aid on the weekends?
We do. Well, our employees, our CNAs and homemakers are our activity persons. They do the activities. My homemakers, they have a book club, they have church, they have kickball and exercises and bingo and movie nights. So my aides actually do that, and homemakers.
Okay. What information are you leaving in the residence room and where?
We hang it up by the sink, and it's behind a right now it's behind a blue sheet of paper, but we have some staff members who are really good painters, so we're going to put pictures up there, and so it looks just like a picture, but it'll be easily moved. But it's stuck behind a blue sheet of paper so nobody can see, but they have to turn it over to read.
Okay.
And what information is on that? What you discussed earlier?
Yep. What time they get up, what time they go to bed, how are they independent, do they need assist on what they need assist, ADL cares, any special, their comfort foods, any special advices that, would help anybody that come in. So basically what you put on your care plan in the chart that the state reads is on there. It's just condensed. It's a check mark or just a few words instead of spelled out loud.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay.
No more questions at this point. Yeah. Very good questions.
Oh. Someone did ask, are you providing self-serve hot drinks in public area for residents? Several homes have recently been receiving IJ citations.
We do not. Our coffee is in the kitchen. It's out there where they could get it, I guess, but our kitchen dining room doors are usually shut when there's nobody in there. And we just go get it if they ask for coffee. But no, we have not set up outside hot drinks.
Okay. Okay, well, that's all the questions that we have. Holmes, if you have any last minute questions, you can go ahead and submit them now. But if not, you're free to end the call.
The question about getting family attendance at care plan is a really common one, and something that we encourage you to think about is that often we the idea in our head of a care plan is that formal time that we build and develop the care plan, but and that is a piece and part of it, obviously. But the real key in terms of family involvement in care plan and resident involvement in care plan is that they drive the care plan. And so in terms of what you count as participation at care plan, when you're talking to the family about their plan of care during that window of time the care plan is due, that counts, and capture that. Not necessarily that they came to the meeting you scheduled where you all sit down and sign the care plan, but a key thing is the conversation itself and getting the input has to come full circle. So if they're giving you input on the care plan, you also then have to follow up with how did you incorporate that into their care. And so however you're tracking that or however you're capturing that, it doesn't necessarily have to be your formal care plan meeting. So capture the things you're doing outside of that too, and take credit for it.
Yeah. Teresa, we did have one more question. Someone asked, any HIPAA concerns leaving information in the resident's room?
No, because we have it covered at all times. So you really don't know it's the care plan unless you work here and know it's there.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
You guys have been a great active group with questions.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
It makes it a lot easier with the questions.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right. Well, I can either go ahead and let you guys leave on your own, or do you want to just end it?
We'll wrap up then now because the questions have dwindled. But if you have any further questions for Teresa that pop in your mind later on, please do email us and we can get those sent to her and get you connected. And again, we really appreciate you guys coming today. And we will record this. We have recorded this session and we'll save it and get it put out to you in case you have someone in your building you want to see it or you want to reference it later as well.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Bye.